Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Today we are going to talk about how to write an essay, and along with that I am going to explain that what are the basic traits of good writing. Okay. So the first 6 plus 1 traits of writing. So these are the 7 traits that are required for any good piece of writing. Now the first one is ideas. Ideas are the details, their development, and the focus of your composition. Your ideas should be expressed clearly, they should make sense, they should hook the reader, and the ideas must provide supporting details. So your ideas should be clear. When the reader reads your composition, the reader should be able to see your point. The reader should be able to understand what message you want to communicate. And your ideas should make sense to the reader. Your ideas should be presented in such a way that the reader is hooked, is attracted, wants to read on, wants to finish your composition, right? And your ideas must provide supporting details. For example, if you're saying that I love cricket, now just writing this statement is not enough. You need to give examples, you need to give evidence that shows that how, where, when, what activities you do if you like cricket. So maybe you say that I have 4 bats and one of them is signed by a famous cricketer, and that you watch all the matches and you have information about all the recent matches and the world records and how you play and what is your best, is your bowling good or is your batting good, whatever, right? So you need to talk about, you need to give examples of what is good about cricket and why do you like it, or something that shows that this is how you support or like it. So your ideas must have supporting details. Then the next is organization. Your composition should be well organized. It should have a proper beginning, middle, and end. Organization is the structure of your composition. Your composition should begin with a strong beginning, a catchy start. Your details should be in the best order. So when you are planning for your essay, you are making a web, you should compose your ideas in such a way that the reader will enjoy and the reader will feel that the ideas are flowing smoothly. So they should be in the best order. The details should be well connected. It should end by tying all points together. All the things that you have discussed in the essay or the composition, you should tie them all together in the end, and that's how your essay should end. Right? Now let's look at the structure of the essay. An essay can be organized into 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. So these are the basic 3 parts of an essay. So this is your organization for an essay. The introduction is an inverted pyramid. Let's see how. This is an inverted pyramid. The first thing is a catchy attention grabber. Some interesting start so that the reader is hooked. Then you give background information, more specific background information, and then the thesis statement. Thesis statement is actually your main topic. What aspect of the topic are you going to cover in your composition? Let's see an example. So, attention grabber. Did you ever think why Muslims all over the world slaughter animals on the same day? So this is how you are catching the attention of your readers. Then background information. Actually, it commemorates the sacrifice of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. So this is the background information. Then you have to give more specific background information. It was a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which he passed with flying colors. Then your thesis statement. Now what aspect of this event are you going to talk about? Are we passing our test by sacrificing our animals? Right? So this is the question that you are raising. Let's look at it once again. Attention grabber. Did you ever think why Muslims all over the world slaughter animals on the same day? Background information. Actually, it commemorates the sacrifice of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. More specific background information. It was a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala which he passed with flying colors. Then the thesis statement. Are we passing our test by sacrificing our animals? So now the rest of the essay is going to talk about this particular aspect of Eid al-Adha, right? So are we passing our test by sacrificing our animals? So this is my thesis statement. Then we come to the body paragraph. The body paragraph supports the introduction. So whatever you have said in the introduction, so specifically the thesis statement, then you write the rest of the essay to support your idea that you have presented there. It can have 1 paragraph to 5 paragraphs depending on your topic, depending on the required length. And your supporting body paragraphs, they support and provide evidence. You give examples, you give evidences there. Saboot dete hain aap yahan par. Each paragraph has a topic, the topic sentence. Remember that each paragraph talks about one topic, and therefore the first sentence of your paragraph mostly will be the topic sentence that introduces the topic, and the rest of the paragraph will give supporting details. You should have good transition words so that your composition flows smoothly. Transition words are used for smooth flow. So when you read your paragraph aloud, it should be read smoothly. If you can read it smoothly, it means that you have used good transition words. Then you have the conclusion. The conclusion restates the thesis statement. Now you are not going to write the same thesis statement again. You will write that thing in that idea in new words, and you will re-emphasize the key points. In the whole of the essay, you have been giving evidence and examples and details about your thesis statement. Over here, you will re-emphasize the main points. And the last sentence concludes the whole essay. This is the basic structure or organization of an essay. Now we come to the next trait. Word choice. You should use rich language, beautiful words, and figurative language. You should use best words. Choose best words to express specific details. Sense words are used to describe, showing rather than telling. When you are describing something, you should use descriptions in such a way that the reader can actually see what is going on, what is happening, what is the scene like. For example, if you go to Murree and say that it was beautiful, now with this description nothing comes to my mind. But if you say that the mountains were green and the slopes were studded with tall trees and the branches of the trees were swaying to and fro, then I can actually see the tall trees on the mountains, right? So your description should be such that I should be the reader. I over here means the reader. So the reader should be able to see rather than you are just telling the person and the person is just reading it and the person is not able to visualize what you are saying, right? So your description should be such that the reader can visualize it. And use figures of speech and idioms to make your composition effective. Your composition becomes effective when you choose the right words to express your ideas. So this was number 3. Now we come to number 4, which are conventions, spelling, capitalization, punctuation, and grammar. This we feel is the most important, and teachers and students give the most value to this. But remember that all the other traits are equally and sometimes I feel more important than the conventions. But of course, conventions are also important because if you do not follow the conventions, then the reader will not be able to understand what you're saying, right? So you should try your best to spell all your words correctly, use proper punctuation, use capitalization where required, and use correct grammar throughout your composition. It is extremely important. The 5th is sentence fluency. Your sentences should flow smoothly. Smooth transitions are made between details. Now, what are transitions? The words that we learned like first, next, then, later, after that, finally, eventually, gradually. The time expressions that we have learned, first of all, the next day, early in the morning, after the breakfast, before taking bath, the next day, later, right, on Wednesday, on 15th March, on 14th August. Now these time expressions and these transition words, then, next, they give smoothness to your sentences. Your sentences flow smoothly when you use appropriate transition words. When you're adding details and you're saying the same thing with more examples, then you can say and furthermore, in addition, right? And when you're saying something opposite, then you can use the words like on the contrary, on the other hand. So you use these words to make your sentences flow smoothly. Thoughts and ideas are well connected. Long and short sentences are used appropriately. You use short sentences to express strong emotions or fast action. And you use long sentences for thoughts and for descriptions, right? So you should use short and long sentences appropriately. And the composition should be read aloud smoothly. If you can read your composition aloud smoothly, then it means that your sentences are flowing nicely. The sixth is your voice. Your voice as an author. You will develop this voice if you write regularly. And I would suggest that all of you sit with the paper every day and write for 3 to 7 minutes. Whatever comes to your mind, write it down. And if you cannot think of any idea, just write, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write, I don't know what to write. But don't pick your pencil up from the paper, right? Put your pencil down and start writing for 3 to 7 minutes continuously every day. If you do it regularly, this is called free writing. And if you do it regularly, you will develop your own voice, you will develop fluency, and you will have ideas to write about. Okay, so you can develop your voice only by writing and writing and writing. So it should sound, your composition should sound like you. It should not sound unnatural, it should not be artificial, right? It should be honest and convincing, written by you, not copied from anybody, not copied from the internet, right? Last but not the least is presentation, that is neatness. The work should be neat and tidy. All letters should be legible. Proper space should be given between words. Neat headings should be used if required. If you are giving headings, then they should be neat and tidy and clear. Okay, so these are the 7 traits that all your compositions, whether it's a story or essay or something else, whatever you are writing, whatever type of essay you are writing, we will be talking about types of essays later. So whatever type you are writing, you should take care of these 7 traits. Okay? Jazakallah, that's all for today. See you next time. Allah Hafiz.